All of you. I welcome you all in my training program. Myself, Anjali Pandey, as a bio teacher of Permanent Public School, is going to organize in-house training program in the topic of 21st century skill. So before starting this session, I thank my principal sir, STNC, and my associates of the school giving me this opportunity to direct this session. So first we need to know that what is the meaning of 21st century skills. So the term 21st century skill refer to a broad set of knowledge, skills, work habits and characters traits that are believed by educators, school reformers, college professors, employers and other to be critically important to success in today's world. So in simple term, 21st century skill refer to the skill that are required to enable an individual to face the challenges of the 21st century world, that is globally active, digitally transforming, collaboratively moving forward, creatively progressing, seeking competent human resource and quick in adapting changes. Wagner in 2010 and the change leadership group of Harvard University identified another set of competencies and skill informed by several hundred interviews with business, non-profit, education, leaders. So Wagner stressed that students need 7 survival skills to be prepared for 21st century life, work and citizenship. So the first is critical thinking and problem solving, second is collaboration and leadership, third is agility and adaptability, fourth is initiative and entrepreneurialism, fifth is effective oral and written communication, fifth is accessing and analyzing information, seventh is curiosity and imagination. So the Asia Pacific Economic Corporation APEC has identified the development of 21st century competencies among youth as a pressing international concern. These competencies are defined as the knowledge, skills and attitudes necessary to be competitive in the 21st century workforce, to participate appropriately in an increasingly diverse society, use new technologies and cope with rapidly changing workplaces. So the partnership of 21st century skill P21, a condition of business leaders and educators, proposed a framework for 21st century learning, identified essential competencies and skills vital for success in 21st century work and life. These includes the 4 C's. So communication, collaboration, critical thinking and creativity, which are to be taught within the context of core subject areas and 21st century themes. This framework is based on the assertion that 21st century challenges with demand a broad skill set emphasizing core subject skills, social and cross-cultural skills. So the proficiency in languages other than English and the understanding of economic and political forces that affect the societies. So the question arises that why do we need 21st century skills? Learning is a complete and holistic only when a student is able to effectively perform and fulfill his or her responsibilities and duties towards self, school, family, society, and above all the nation. So the goal is to enable today's student to be a good citizen and a responsible human being who is well aware of his potential and competencies. So the in simply teaching is to test or learning for exam is not going to help a student face everyday life situations. 21st century skills are a key to empowerment of children and adolescents to deal with the issues and concerns related to their life. They experience a number of feelings, many of which are relatable of feelings, many of which are related of their growth and development from childhood to adolescence and beyond. So these are important for children with special need for developing their independence in their home, school, community environments. So the National Curriculum Framework on Life Skill, which is the one of the components of 21st century skills. Life skills are one of the component of 21st century skills. We shall deal with these in detail in the following sections. The need of life skill is also stated in the National Curriculum Framework 2005. We have already seen above that life skill constitute an important part of 21st century skills. So the importance of integration of life skills can be seen in the following excerpts from the National Curriculum Framework 2005. So the development of life skills such as critical thinking skills, interpersonal communication skills, negotiation, refusal skills, decision making, problem solving skills, coping and self-management skills is also very critical for dealing with demands and challenges of everyday life. So the process of acquiring a sense of self is linked to physiological changes and also learning to negotiate the social and physiological demand of being young adults. Responsible handling of issues like independence, intimacy, and peer groups dependence are concerns that need to be recognized, appropriate support to be given to cope with them. So it is important to recognize that adolescent needs social emotional support that may require reinforcement of norms and positive behavior, development of life skills to cope with the risky situations that they encounter in their lives, manage peer pressure, and deal with gender stereotypes. So health and physical education has the potential to motivate learner to acquire generic skills like agility, balance, coordinations, and life skill, especially critical, creative thinking, communication, problem solving, decision making, and management of emotion and stress. So the need and the conductness of 21st century skills at various age level. So as an individual needs to skill set vary at different age levels. Skills acquired by an adolescent may differ from ones required by a pre-teen. However, one important point to note is that whatever may be the age level, an individual personality develop through effectively inculcation of 21st century skills. And all these skills are inseparable and develop in cohesion with each other. For example, social skill social skill is a part of life skill and communications comes under learning skill, but development of social skill will be incomplete without developing effective communication skill. Similarly, a creative person is more likely to be self-directed and innovative, and research has also proven that innovations are often done through collaborations. An article published on ResearchGate states IT endowed collaboration within and between groups will catalyze creativity, which in turn will facilitate multidisciplinary innovations. So this interconnectedness of skill at different age levels is evident from the detailed table given below. This table in fact prepared on the basis of recommendations state in the NCF 2005 and several discussions held in various forums. These discussions have centered around what core skills are required at what age and what other 21st century skills aid the development of the core skills. These core skills are actually the core life skills given by WHO in 1999, which have also been adopted by CBSE in life skills programs. This table delineates the mutual conductness of core life skills and other components of 21st century skills for the development of an individual self at various age levels. So the age between 3 and 5 years old, dimension of self and individual will grow, starting understanding and expressing self, core life skills, self-awareness, 21st century skills, communications, learning outcomes, identifies parts of human body, express needs and emotions, demonstrates personal hygienes, recognize safe and unsafe touch, seek helps, enhancing self, problem solving, critical thinking and communication, solve problem by demonstrating curiosity, exploration, observations, building in, maintaining relationships, managing emotions, communication, social skills, creative thinking, flexibilities, approaches and respond to people beyond primary caregiver, interact with object in the environment. So in between the age of 6 to 10 years, so the dimension of self is understanding, accepting, self-acceptance. Core life skills are self-awareness, effective communication, decision-making. 21st century skills, critical thinking, learning outcomes, demonstrate positive view of self, demonstrate positive body image and celebrates oneself, identifies what he is good at and where help is required, recognize gender stereotypes, managing and expressing self, self-awareness, effective communication, managing emotions, critical thinking, decision-making problem, social skills, adaptability. So the demonstration, healthy habits, identify needs and emotions, expresses needs and emotion assertively, respect boundaries for self and others, differentiate between safe and unsafe behaviors, participates in staying safe. So the enhancing self-awareness, effective problem solving, social skills, communication, critical thinking, creative thinking, explore their area of interest, represent ideas using expressive forms, participates in class activities involving speak in front of groups, participates in group activities using interaction skills, take responsibilities in classroom activities, demonstrate understanding of various viewpoints, emotions, respect difference and diversity, demonstrate alignment with collective goals, contributes in achievements of collective goals, exhibits sharing and caring behavior towards family and their friends, care for the environment, describe physical, psychological and social emotional changes in self and peers, demonstrate comfort with changes during adolescence, explain strategies to enhance strength and improve upon weakness. So they express what he/she value about oneself, display healthy habits consistently, demonstrate healthy expression of need, thoughts and emotions. demonstrate ownership of one's actions, manages expectations of self and others to prevent stress, discerns different influences, peers, media, and make informed and responsible choices. Identifies online and offline skills and unsafe situations, practices safety guidelines for self and others, participates in staying safe, access support system when needed, practice responsible use of social media, exhibits readiness to work and interact with diverse groups, demonstrate multiple constructive roles in diverse settings, participates in interest-based projects demonstrating innovation and creativity, manages routines and resources. So the identifies and build a positive relationships, identifies harmful relationships, deals effectively with harmful relationships to reduce, minimize harms, build harmonious relationships with friends, family, and our environment. So the various framework of the 21st century skills are essentially the outcomes of experiential learning, that is, they are imbibed through observing, understanding, practicing and experiencing. Before beginning details about the implementations of these skills in teaching learning process, let us understand what various frameworks proposed in area. The following literature review bring forth a few important points. So Ekman and Perkins in 1989 have suggested that the teaching thinking skills as a meta curriculum blended with core subjects, student would be given a more coherent set of learning experiences. They would know why they were being taught various skills, and they would know better how to mobilize themselves to make sense of curriculum content. So the Tucker and Coding of the US-based National Center of Education and the Economy in 1998 have advised to adopt such a curriculum that provides deeper understanding of the subjects and the ability to apply understanding to the complex real-world problem that the students will face as an adult. So the US Partnership for 21st Century Skills, a coalition of business leaders and educators, proposed a framework of 21st century learning which identifies essential competencies and skills vital for success in 21st century work and life. This framework is based on the assertion that 21st century challenges will demand a broad skill set of emphasizing core subject skills, social and cross-cultural skill, proficiency in language and other than English, and the understanding of the economic and political forces that affect our societies. Now we need to know that what is global awareness. So the learn from and work in collaboration with individuals from diverse cultures, countries, religions, etc. Mutual respect everywhere and all communication, conversations, understand other cultures and languages from other nations. Financial, economic, business and entrepreneurial literacy. Make appropriate personal economic selections, knowing the role of economy in everyday life, enhancing productivity and career options. So, what is civic literacy? So, the civic literacy is effective participation in civic life, staying informed about government system and processes, exercising the right and duties of being responsible citizenship at local, state, national and global levels. Understanding national and international implications of civic decisions. Healthy literacy, awareness and understanding about basic health, safety, services related to that and using that to improve our health. Knowledge and understanding of holistic well-being, including proper diet, nutrition, exercises and being stress-free. Using available information to make appropriate health-related decisions. Establish and monitor personal, family health goals. So the environment literacy is to knowledge and to understanding of the environmental and circumstances of the conditions that affect. Awareness about the impact of everyday life and our actions like rising pollution, population, etc. On the nature, investigation and analyze issues affecting environment to reach proper conclusions and solutions. Individually and collectively acting for addressing issues and challenges relatable to environment. So this actual means framing and implementing curricula having 21st century skills, core subjects and 21st century themes blended into our teaching learning. Comprehensiveness as well as flexibility. Content that promotes thinking and reasoning. Freedom for learners' input and is indisciplinary. So the above framework present that the implementation framework with a meta curriculum wherein the curriculum, pedagogy, learning environment and assessment are woven around core subjects and 21st century themes. So the first skill is critical thinking and what are its outcomes. So the outcome of the critical thinking is to effective reasoning, being able to use reasoning appropriate to the situations. Second is the using system and process with intelligent and rational thinking. So the analyze how various part of a system, process, unite, complement each other for a complete picture. Third is to judging and taking decision of an issue, other proper evaluation of evidences, claims, arguments, etc. So in this category, analyze and evaluate various perspectives, making correlation between various types of information available, interpret the available information and a form of conclusions after effective analysis. Reflect the pros and cons of experiences to solve the problems. Devise innovation solutions of different kinds of non-familiar problems. So to identify and ask relevant and vital question to bring forth various perspective and for getting better solution. The second skill is to creativity and innovation. So in this category, we need to think creatively. So the first is use various technique for creating and evolving new ideas such as brainstorming. Second is use all available concept to create or conceive and perceive novel, useful ideas. Elaborate, refine, analyze and evaluate ideas to improve one's own creative skills. Third creative skill is to collaboration. So in this category, collaboration with other. So the first part is ability to work effectively, respectively in different scenario. Be adaptable to accomplish a common goal. Assume shared responsibilities. for collaborative work and value the individual contributions made by each team member. So the fourth skill is to communication, that how do we communicate with each other. So the communication in this category, we have to communicate clearly. So in this part, effective oral, written, non-verbal communication in a variety of forms and diverse social, cultural, linguistic context. Listening effectively of infer meaning. Use communications for a variety of purposes and functions. Use several forms of media, technology, and know their effectiveness. The fifth skill is to information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy. So in this category, we need to know that information literacy. So the first part is efficiency and critically access and evaluation of information. Use information accurately and creatively for resolving issues and problems. To manage the flow of information for a wide variety of sources. Apply a fundamental understanding of ethical, legal issues surrounding the access and use of information. Second is media literacy. Understand the preparations and purpose of media message. Examine various manners, ways of interpreting messages. Understand the ethical, legal issues regarding the access and use of media. Understand and utilize the most appropriate media creation tools, characteristics and conventions. To understand and effectively utilize the most appropriate expression and interpretations in diverse multicultural environment. Third is technology literacy. Use technology as a tool to research, organize, evaluate and communication information. Use digital technologies, communication network and tool to access, manage, integrate, evaluate and to create the information for functioning in the real life. Sixth skill is flexibility and adaptability. So in this category, the first is ready to change. To adapt varied and multiple roles, jobs, responsibility, scheduled and context. Work effectively in scenarios of changing priorities. Second is be flexible. Incorporate feedback effectively, deal positively with praise, setbacks and criticism. Understand, negotiate and balance diverse views and benefits to get solutions, particularly in multicultural environment. So, the seventh skill is leadership and responsibility. The first is lead while guiding. Use interpersonal and problem solving skills to influence and guide others toward a goal. Involve strengths of others to accomplish a common goal. Inspire others to attain their best by examples. Demonstrate integrity and ethical behavior in using influence and power. Second is be responsible to everyone. Act responsibly, keeping in mind the welfare of society and nation. The eighth skill is initiative and self-direction. The first is managing goals and time. Set goals with tangible and intangible success criteria. Utilize time and manage workload efficiently. Second is work independently. Monitor, define, prioritize and to complete your task on time. Third is be self-directed learners. Explore new informations to achieve mastery in a task. Take initiative to get skills up to professional level. Be a lifelong learner. Critically and positively analyze past to make the future better. The ninth skill is to productivity and accountability. So in this category, the first is to manage the projects. So the first is set and meet goals even in the force of obstacles and competing pressure. Prioritize, plan and manage work to achieve the intended result. Second is to give result. Practice values, ethics and skills of professionalism, time management, punctuality, discipline, patience, collaborations and receptiveness to give proper result. And the 10th skill is to social and cross-culture interactions. So in this category, first is effective interaction. So the first is listen more, know when to speak, behave respectfully. Second is working in a team with diversity, respect differences and work effectively with people from diverse backgrounds. Be open to various perspectives, blend and use ideas from diverse team to innovate and implement. So the thinking is a skill in itself. What we require is, so the first is a set of informations, beliefs, generating and processing skills and the habit based on intellectual commitments of using those skills to guide behavior. So the question arises that thinking itself is a skill. How? So the answer is, skill is the ability to do something well. Thinking is the processing of thoughts to consider or reason about something. When thoughts are channelized and used properly to understand, analyze, interpret and reach to a conclusion, then it can be seen as thinking skills. Anything when we systematically can do wonders, some goes with thinking. We shall now go through the details of each of these skills to understand the purpose and outcomes along the strategies and activities to develop these skills. So these suggestive strategies and activities have been crowdsourced. We have already seen that thinking itself is a skill. Every individual possesses the skill to think critically. It is only the degree and the motivation that varies. Machiavellian thought are also an example of critical thinking, but they are motivated with selfish ends. When motivated with justice, values, integrity, critical thinking can be a great service to humanity. For this reason, the development of critical thinking skills and responsibilities and dispositions is a lifelong endeavor. So the basic is fact, opinion, thought, hypothesis, etc. Analyzing, arguing, classifying, comparing and contrasting, defining, describing, evaluating, explaining, problem solving and tracking causes and their effects. Now we need to know what are the purpose. So the purpose is critical thinking is required for a learner to think in a clear, rational, logical and independent manner. Now what are the strategies? So the strategies behind this is to move the comfort zone. It is important to shake the comfort zone of a learner student by cross-questioning. The cross-questioning will make student uncomfortable and impatient to search for answer and think. These are some basic activities that how can we connect to our students. So the first is impromptu debate. So it will be same as debate activity. Topics will be given to students and they will choose sides accordingly, but on the day of activity, the teacher will reverse the sides and will give some time to prepare. These sudden changes in sides will make children uneasy, but they will also try to think differently in changed side. Second is self-made questions. So an activity can be organized in which student have to prepare questions other than the textbook questions. This exercise will help children to think differently for creating questions. Teacher will see if the questions are original or not. Third is gap fill-in. Give proper and pen to students and after showing a picture, ask them to write on the top of the paper what is happening in the picture. Then ask them to write at the bottom what you believe in happening in the picture. In the space remaining blank, write down what are the steps you take to come to the conclusion. Fourth is cross questioning. So this is extended version to ask yourself. In this, children will present their questions in front of the class of his and her. Peers will cross question him or her like why this question, how can it happen, etc. etc. This will encourage critical thinking in both the student who ask the question and who reply. Fifth is ask riddles. So in these activities, teacher will ask riddles from different subjects so that children need to think in different directions for different subjects in different topics. So the creativity and innovation. The creativity is the tendency to generate or recognize ideas, alternatives or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems, communications with others and entertaining ourselves and others. So how to know if I am a creative person? So you are a creative person if you are energetic, restful as per need, innocent but not gullible, smart, playful yet disciplined, responsible but imaginative and romantic at one end and firm with reality at the other, humble and firm, passionate about your work yet objective. So what are the basics of these creativity? So the imagining, accessing information and using technology, brainstorming, questioning, entertaining, improvising, overtuning, problem solving, designing and creating. Now the purpose is to encourage students to try and learn new things, to improve communication and social skills, to develop lateral thinking, to know there are multiple approaches to a situations. So the strategies behind this is to setting an example. Try a different ending to the existing story and ask your students, friends to explore new endings. Foster a question-friendly environment. Ask why, encouraging students to develop the habit of asking why. Questions about information, ideas and belief normally taken for granted. Next is image talk. So under this activity, children will use a variety of images to talk and express their opinions and views. They can use emojis, things like pencil, pens, colors, tables, board, notebook, etc. Whatever they can think of for expressing their views. So this will help children to think differently, work differently from the normal pattern, and also understanding through things will also help in opening the new way of thinking. So it is very essential to exploring new ideas by testing and questioning them from different angles. For each letter of the numeric, ask yourself a relate question about your task and the problem at hand. So the substitute example, what would happen to the task if we exchange x with y? Combine, what would happen to task if we combine x and y? Adapt, what changes would need to be made to adapt this task to a different context? Modify, what could we modify to create more value on this task? Put to another use, what other uses to applications might this task have? Eliminate, what could if we remove from this task to simplify it? Reverse, how could we recognize this task to make it more effective? So this method will enable to approach a task or problems in unforeseen ways. Each question needs deep thinking on the issues and considering new possibilities. So Rog is right. In this activity, team of 2 individuals will made and one individual will ask question from the other individual, and the first individual will have to give the wrong answer of the question asked. This activity will help children to think quickly and differently from the given answer. Next is creative space. This will include providing space for creative activities like drama, quiz, paintings, music, competition, etc. Teacher will make sure that these activities are held from time to time in the class so the children can get their creative space integrated with their curriculum. So, what are the other alternative ways of learning lessons? So, the ways are as part of the lessons, the teacher can also encourage creativity by asking children to present their own version of the story after the completion of the textbook story. This will encourage children to become a storyteller. Children can also present their stories in written form. We also can give project-based learning to the students. In this method, students inquire, investigate, analyze a question or a problem or a challenging issues to find novel solutions. Next is phenomena-based learning. This is a multidisciplinary and constructive way of teaching learning which has a real-world phenomena like water, health, energy, air, etc. as the starting point, not the usual subjects as per the school culture. It encourages a student to inquire and be an active learner. Next is virtual reality. So the first is learning and interaction in 3D. Understand 3D world through immersion to innovate in their chosen fields. You can take them to mountain tops, garden, historical places through 3D immersions for explaining their experiences later on a situational topics. Next is 2 if 2 is enough. Give children 2 shapes, that is rectangle and triangle, and ask them to draw one thing using those shapes only. For example, they can draw a car, an animal or a flower, etc. So this will enhance the thinking power of the children, as a consequences will also improve their innovative skills. Now next is let them free. So take children outside the class and let them free. Then ask them what all they see and how they can relate them to different subjects. This will help the children to expand their knowledge of the subject. In addition to this children innovation of children will also come out, that as how they can relate different substances with different subjects. So the next is give them a break. Giving children time off from the classes and give that time for their interest, hobbies. When children spend time in what they love, that will help their brain to more innovatively. So the collaboration is the ability to effectively work with others. This skill involves working together while taking actions, respecting others' needs and perspectives, and contributing to and accepting the final outcomes. So the collaboration helps to develop interest, fun in the teaching learning process. It effectively broadens the culture, social and environmental boundaries, and helps a child to understand social and environmental concern better. So the basic is allocating resources, brainstorming, decision making, delegating, evaluating, goal setting, leading, managing time, resolving conflicts, and team buildings. Now the purpose behind this is to collaborative skills empower students to work together in groups to solve a given problem. So the strategy is to first model what we expect. We need to facilitate and model ourselves for what we aspire and expect our student to be and to do. Second need is teach them how to negotiate. Students need to understand that being loud does not mean being listened. A good negotiator listens well, is patient and flexible, shares ideas and areas of consensus and can think under pressure. So the next activity is to solve the last word for me. Critical participate actively through speaking as well as listening. They work in group, share and discuss their responses, perspective of an issue. This can be used to build up their collaborative skills, critical thinking and problem solving skills. Second is hands-on project. Use experiential learning activities. Refer to CBSE handbook on experiential learning and guidelines on art integrated education. The next is integrated sports in teaching learning. Sports encourages teamwork, collaboration and decision making. Integrating any sport activity to teach a difficult topic will involve everyone collaboratively. Try indigenous games like Malakham for teaching mathematics. Next is search to win. In this, teacher will divide the students in group of 4-5 and give them some questions whose answer children have to find through different clues given by teachers. This will be a fun activity and collaboration is need to complete this activity. Next is communication. So what are the process of communication? So in this process of communication need three things: message, sender and receiver or recipient. So the 7 essential element of communication skill is: first is listening, strong observational skills to fully understand the message being conveyed. Second is non-verbal communication, body language like posture, gesture and eye movement. Third is being clear, choosing the right words to deliver a message that's easy to understand. Fourth is being concise, using fewer well-chosen words to convey your message. Fifth is being confident, the right message with the appropriate non-verbal communication. Sixth is being personable, a friendly tone and a simple smile can go a long way. Seventh is being patient, being composed and not rushing when conveying your message. So the basics are: analyze of the situations, choose a medium of communication, evaluating messages, listening intently and patiently, reading, speaking, writing, turn taking and initiation, use of technology. So the purpose behind this is to provide information, seek information, expression, build up social and interpersonal skills. So the strategies is to: first, reflective self. There can be a reflective class in which student can share their experience, good or bad, or they can share a story, incident, feeling, opinion which they have not shared with anybody so far. This period will help children to listen carefully to each other and communication will also improve. Second is paired communication. So teachers can divide the class into pairs of students and give them time to interact to know each other better. The student will ask each other questions to know about the student likes, dislikes, favorites, sports, music, arts, books, etc. They can present the paired student to the class by talking about the uniqueness of that student. This will show how much those two listen to each other. Continuous practice of this will improve their communication skills. So there are some communication activities. So the first is guide for the blindfold. Arrange your classroom in a way that is unfamiliar to the students, making sure that is safe to get around. Have student pair up. One will wear a blindfold while the other is to function as the eye and stand in a designated space. The goal is for the eyes to guide the blindfolded partner through the classroom through a specific path using only words. The fewer guidelines you provide, the more creative the student method will be. Second is no talk today. Non-verbal communication is just as important and it is easy to provide student with practice in following non-verbal cues. Just don't speak. At the start of a day, use signals to let student knowledge that the day will be spent using non-verbal communication and then continue to use signals through class when direction is required. Make it know that you expect them to do the same. Everyone will be amazed of how quickly a class language built on signals and non-verbal cues begins to form. Next is feelings are important. In these activities, there will be a board with different feelings written on it. Daily, students all choose one from that feeling and giving in a written how they feel about that. Teacher will take one period for dealing with that feeling and discuss them with our children. Some children who need privacy to discuss can be given separate time by a teacher. Next is talk in pairs. Teacher will ask children to make pairs. Pairs should be such that the two children in the pair do not know how much about each other. Teacher will give time to the class and they will talk to each other and get to know each other. After that, the teacher will ask questions from one student about the other students. This activity will help students to know each other better, and this will also improve their communication among each other. Next is students' class. Ask students to organize a class themselves in which they will choose the topic, present the topic, frame the questions, activities related to the topic, etc. So this activity will encourage conversations among children about how to organize the class, and they will also learn the importance of maintaining the decorums of the school, of the class. So the information both from the traditional sources like books, newspaper, etc. and other digital sources like the internet site, social media apps, etc. is to be used effectively and judicially by students. It is to be seen carefully by the teachers that information available is used to all levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So they need to be able by remember, understanding, apply, analyze, evaluate the given information and create new informations. So how the net generation is changing your world? Gives the following 8 reasons why students use technology. First, freedom of expression. Second, facility to use it as per liking. Third is multiple resources and information. Fourth is open interactions. Fifth is blend of work and play. Fifth is connecting and collaborating, and sixth is exploring and innovating. So what are the basic? So the basic is to accessing information, collaborating, communication, using information, analyze information, interpret information and creating new informations. So the purpose behind this is to IMT makes the learning environment more interesting than a traditional classroom environment and help the student perform better in their respective careers. So the strategy is to digital classroom. With traditional blackboard, digital interactive boards should be placed in the classroom. This will aid in the teaching learning process in teaching of lessons related to space. Teachers can show videos of space to children for long lasting memories. So next is flexibility and adaptability. A tree that does not bend during storms get uprooted. This implies flexibility and adaptability without changing the goals and values is required. Flexibility and adaptability are the skills of an individual. Learn to adjust or to change oneself is best meet of their needs of situations or environment. So the basic is goal setting, seeking answers, navigating for informations, collaborating with others, improving, creating and sharing. So the purpose behind this is to flexibility is a critical quality of an individual team to adjust or change oneself to best meet and needs of situation or environment. So now I am going to end this session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.